Greetings and salutations, gamers. This is Mr. The Laws 85 with episode 1 of season 4 of Laws Gaming's Let's Play of Final Fantasy X HD Remastered for the PS3. Ladies and gentlemen, since I was informed by my good friend DKS3A several months before the game came out, I had really wanted to play this game in HD format because, to be honest with you, the reason why this game is next on my list of games to LP is because it was the first Final Fantasy I technically beaten from start to finish. I didn't do it until, oh god, it's been what, 10 years since I actually played it and beaten it, and it's when I met DKS3A in college. Yes, so like I said, I know DKS3 for quite a while, and skip over that. But we're gonna go and start a new game. I had been battling a while since I started Luigi's Mansion, debating on what I wanted to do with this when it came up to. But I'm gonna go with the standard sphere grid because I want this to be a somewhat of a walkthrough. But my playthroughs have never really been walkthroughs, but you never know. So we're gonna go choose a standard sphere grid. Standard sphere grid does the sphere grid like normal. The expert grid drops your characters in different points within the sphere grid. So, I haven't experimented with the expert grid. I might actually do that at another point, just as a personal playthrough. But yes, we're gonna go with the standard sphere grid. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's one thing I've noticed about this. Wow. One thing I'm going to try doing is cutting out any major load screens. If it takes too long, yeah, I'll cut them out. So, conversation cuts and start somewhere else. That's the reason why. So here we go. If you'll, one little thing about this scene right here, it plays, but without any words from anybody. And it has some of the credits from the major producers and characters designs and this and that, but for the most part it is the exact same thing that you got from the beginning of the game if you let the title screen roll for a little while. And like I said, it wasn't really the story of this game that caught me at first, it was the gameplay, and I'll get into that when we do get into the major gameplay mechanics of the game. But I played this game from beginning to end, days and days at a time. I'd stay up as late as I could without trying to miss class, and I had DKS3A there helping me because he was the gamer. I was just a guy that enjoyed playing some video games, you know. I did own Final Fantasy VII at the time, and I still do own that. As you can see, me and DK are doing Final Fantasy VII as a Let's Play, and that is my hard disk copy that we're playing off of. But for the most part, I've experimented with some others. I mean, I played a Final Fantasy. I didn't know anything about it for the SNES. If you ask me which one it was, I don't know.
Listen to my story. This may be our last chance.
So, Final Fantasy X 10 starts off in the middle of a pilgrimage. I don't want to try giving away too much for those that haven't played the game, haven't watched an LP of it, but I know there are going to be a lot of people of doing it. But the story what we just saw starts at the beginning, actually in the middle of what they call a pilgrimage, and the actual story starts. We're not 100% sure. Some people speculate it could be just days before this. Some speculate months before. Hell, it could be a year before. I don't know. I'm going to say it starts 1,000 years ago, as this story tells us that we, as you'll find out through gameplay, where we are now is 1,000 years in the past. Our main character here, who we will be represented as throughout the whole game. Some people call him, well, when we get there, I'll do it. For the most part, when we talk to this young lady, and
can I have your autograph?
Of course.
So here you get to confirm. You can name your character. I'm not gonna do like some other LPers do, you know, change up characters' names. I really seriously thought about doing it, but in true fashion, I'm gonna keep all characters' names, everybody's name the same. So we're the character called Tidus. I'm gonna pronounce it Tidus. If somebody has a problem with that, tough cookie. I'm not gonna go about and please every individual. So we're gonna go as Tidus.
Good luck tonight.
Nothing to worry about. Oh, if I score a goal, I'll, do this. That will mean it was for you, okay? What seat?
Ace block in the front row. Fifth from the right.
Got it.
Alright, so let's see if we can get some stuff here.
Thank you for the autograph.
Yep. And let's see. Good luck.
Can you sign this?
No prob.
Please.
Such a
Alrighty.
young athlete being very gracious to
Take it
his
easy.
young fans, wouldn't you say? And let's see here. Nothing else to really do or say.
Well, gotta go. Cheer for me.
2, 3. Teach us how to blitz.
Hey, I got a game to play.
Then teach us after.
Maybe tonight, well,
You can't tonight.
I mean tomorrow.
Promise?
Yeah, tomorrow.
Promise.
Alright. Now you're going to see many things associated from now to what you see later on in the game. What we just saw there was the victory symbol for Blitzball, and as you can see, he's an athlete. He's an athlete that plays Blitzball. What is Blitzball? Well, you're going to have to find out here in just a little bit. So we'll let the cinematic play here, and I will join you guys when it's over.
I was in a coffee shop running away from home when I heard the news. Our hero, Jacked, gone, vanished into thin air. My dad must have been his biggest fan. I knew how sad he'd be. Heck, we all were that day. Zanar, I says to myself, what are you thinking? I went running straight back home. We sat up talking about Jack all night. My dad and I never talked so much. Whoa. Didn't mean to reminisce, folks. Anyway, 10 years later, the Jack Memorial Cup tournament is today. The two teams that have won through to the finals are, of course, the Abes from A East and the Duggles from C South. I know there's a lot of people out there today to see the star of the Abes. In just 1 year, he's become the team's #1 player. He's Jack's blood and the new hope of Blitzball. What kind of super play will he show us today? Will we see his father's legendary shot? I don't think I'm the only one excited here, folks.
Alright guys, I think that's it. Nah, I could be wrong. But that one girl I was trying to chase after, you have to chase after her and then let her ask you if you can get her some tickets. If you say sure thing, which I don't think you really can, but if you do, kosher. She gives you 2 potions. That's your first 2 items you get in the game, so for the most part, no biggie, right? And that is
Make
really the
way!
only items you can get at the
Coming
beginning
through,
of the
sorry.
game, so
Hey, I'm gonna be late.
um
Hey, let
so
go of
now
me.
we're just gonna try to get through the crowd here, and when we get to the top, yeah, well, he'll do a little showboating, telling everybody, yeah, I love you, yeah, blah blah blah. So with that being said, let us begin a very nice uh cinema going on right about now. I loved the cinema when I first saw it on the PS2, and then when I did a uh, uh, playthrough, literally the day I got the game for the PS3 here, and this is really the first game I had planned on getting for the PS3. I just got the PS3 like the day I reserved this, and I will not lie, this cinema in HD kicks ass. I mean, it is super, super great. Who's this cloaked, or well, odd individual here? Wow. I mean, just how the graphics pop like 10 times better than they did before. How much they just scream saying, we're in HD. Yeah, this is what we were. Something tells me this is what the designers, the artists back in 2001 say, hey, this is our vision. This is what we imagined the game to look like, but we couldn't do it with the hardware, with the graphics we were able to produce. I mean, don't get me wrong, they were great when we went for the PS2. I'll admit, they still look a little rough, but for the most part, this updated version looks 10 times better than before. And now as Tidus goes for his shot, he sees what the hell is going on, and oh god. Ew. That looks horrible. Oh dear god. Yeah, so our Tidus is like, what the hell just happened? What the hell's going on? Don't fall. Oh, too late. So what just happened there is we came under attack by an unknown force. Yes, I say a force because the lore and the history behind this game isn't well documented, but now that we've actually got full control, in the upper left hand corner you see that we have our first map. It tells us where we need to go, and hey, it's that cloaked character again.
Orin!
Auron?
What are you doing here?
I was waiting for you.
What are you talking about?
If we only knew. Auron is what you would call a godfather to our main character Tidus. As you at the beginning, just a few minutes ago, Tidus's father was a famous blitzballer called Jekt, who apparently disappeared.
Huh?
Huh? I agree. Huh?
Huh?
It begins.
What begins?
What?
Tell me now.
Don't cry.
I won't cry. But what the hell are you doing? Now, I have to admit, certain graphical updates, like just a few minutes ago, you saw
What
the up close version face of Tidus. It looks
Hey, wait!
darker. I'm not very thrilled with that, but I can't complain
Hey,
for the
not
most
this
part.
way.
Look,
See, you see what I mean when his face just looks. It looks different from what it does in its PS2 version, and it's not as grand. Now that looks great right there. I mean, it looks so real.
we called it sin.
Sin.
Sin?
Ew, not cool. Something tells me we're gonna have to deal with something like that. Ew. Now that just looks nasty. I mean, really, really nasty. Slut. Wow.
Take it.
So, our main character was not equipped with a sword to begin with the game.
A gift from Jack.
My old man?
Yeah, your old man. Apparently he doesn't know how to use it.
I hope you know how to use it.
I guess not. Well, maybe he does. Alright, so now we get to our first battle mechanics.
These ones don't matter. We cut through.
So we just slice and dice what we can and keep moving. Arn. Just attack that one. Now here I'll explain some of the battle mechanics of the game that I really like. Final Fantasy X, unlike most other Final Fantasies, is a turn-based attack system. Meaning, if you look in the upper right-hand corner, well, not upper, somewhat upper mid right-hand area, you see a breakdown of what gets to attack what. As you see right now, Tidus gets to attack, and then Orm gets to turn after that. This way, it makes the boss battles easier, but not easy at all, because sometimes the bosses have tricks, multiple phases, and most importantly, a lot more HP to deal with. If you can plan a strategy to weaken it quicker, it makes it all the better. So, like I said, we're going to go ahead and we are going to attack again. And we get more of these creatures. And now we are in trouble.
Don't bother going after all of them. Cut the ones that matter and run.
And one of them attacks. Ow. So Arn, we're gonna slice and dice right there. Tidus, we're gonna go right here and take out this one. And now, unfortunately, see, in this battle, it's really a tutorial of how getting you used to the battle system and the new the targeting system. It works like any other Final Fantasies, like Final Fantasy VII. I'm referencing anything that I can reference from any other Final Fantasy. It'll be 7 because that's the other one, major one I've played. So for the most part, nothing's really changed compared to other Final Fantasies because it's still the same game. It's just different with the battle system. Now, this is like a mid to low level sub boss. It casts Demi on all your characters.
Get out of my town!
Some can't wait to die.
So it explains Overdrive. Overdrive is the Final Fantasy X equivalent of Final Fantasy VII's Limit Break. So when an overdrive is active, you simply just scroll over, well, scroll to the left, and it'll bring up a list of various ones. So let's use Bushido. Then the Dragon technique, and this one targets all of them. So let us do it, and that one is a little hard, but I wouldn't say terribly too hard. So it took out all the other spines for us, so we're going to go ahead and attack this. And with that being said, all this one does is cast Demi. So Tidus has his own overdrive active, so we're going to activate it. It's under Swordplay, and it's called Spiral Cut. How this overdrive works, if I press X instead of sitting there, is that it's in a line, and the others start to get a little harder and harder. One thing I just now noticed compared to just now noticed, when Tidus's little thing, that the little area you had to hit, it was gold. It was bright. In the PS2 version, it's gray. It's, you know, not as noticeable. So that made it great. Alright, so as long as you took care of the spines, which you should have with Arn's Dragon Fang attack, you have no way of dying in this particular battle. Why is that? Because all this creature does is cast Demi. You cannot die because of Demi. You can go down to 1 HP and not lose anything else. So just keep wailing away at it until it dies. So with it finally dead, sorry, yeah, okay, so with it finally dead, unfortunately with this being a tutorial battle, you get nothing from it. And more spines. Great, I gotta walk around it. And for us, this is a Traveler Sphere. Traveler Sphere level 1. There are 2 levels, but the other one, it becomes a factor, I want to say, I don't know, a third to halfway through the major game point. You can come here and save. I'm going to show it just once and save here because I don't trust my system. So we will activate a save file on this one. Now, as you notice, I have no other save files. It's because this, see where, oh, well, you see on the upper left hand corner it says the law is 85. That's because this is my primary account for gameplay. God, I hope I can get through this. I should be able to. So, sorry, I'm just thinking. And like I said, in future I'll be cutting. The load screens ain't been that bad so far, but I think they'll get worse later on.
What are you laughing at, old man? Alright, let's get out of here.
We're expecting.
Huh? Give me a break, man.
So, as you can see, we are not totally done, but my goal is to try to get as many of the trophies for this game as possible, because it'd be cool to. Something I haven't technically done yet. So we enter another battle sequence, and we are surrounded. I'm just going to go ahead and start picking away at various creatures just to see if I can, and yeah. This shouldn't take too long. You just keep running at them, beating on them. I haven't figured out what they do when they say that their wings are flickering, so I'm just not going to worry about it. You do this enough, I think you'll be able to get past them. And as you kill one...
This could be bad. That! Knock it down.
What?
Trust me, you'll see.
So now we have a new objective. We have to try taking out this. because it could get redundant after a while. So, because if you kept attacking the sin spawns, they will continue to come back more and more and more. So, you should only take like 3 or 4 hits. So this should be it. We'll find out. No, not quite yet. One more hit and it should do. If you do get low on health, you can use one of the 2 potions you picked up. I've never had any problem with dying in this tutorial battle. For that little fact right there, is that it's designed to not let you die right away. So we knock down that little thing and it causes an explosion and it pretty much wipes out everything before us. The only thing is now we are trapped.
Go.
And as you run, the building explodes, which it kind of looks cool now. Look at it for another chance. And unfortunately, the explosions make us barely miss. And, well, barely get it. So, wow, pretty, ain't it? Sorry, I talked over that. I did not intend to.
This is it. This is your story. It all begins here.
Oh dear God, what the hell is going on there? Now that looks like really super realistic. I mean, it looks like a movie, like a real life movie. Just that picture alone, just like, wow. Alrighty then. So I say we've had a very thrilling first episode. When you guys say, "Hey, what?
Hey!
The hell's going on?" No, what the hell is that?
My old man?
Alrighty then. So we'll just swim down, swim. Alright, so what you want to do is, like I said, you want to swim, but you want to swim to where Orin is. Well, that's not Orin. That's...
I thought about a lot of things. Like where I was, what I got myself into. I started to feel lightheaded, and then sleepy.
So,
I think I had a dream of being alone. I wanted someone, anyone beside me, so I didn't have to feel alone anymore.
sorry about that. With the transition season starting to happen soon, I'm gonna start getting a little rough, but I hope not to be too bad. Alright, so we gotten a lot done in episode 1, more than I thought we would have, but actually no, not a lot more. It's about where I wanted to be at when we started from here. So guys,
Anybody there?
we'll let this cutscene go,
Orin!
and then we'll probably move on.
Hey!
See, I'm not trying to talk when the character's talking so you can hear them. Because the voice acting in this game's really good in my honest opinion. Alrighty then. So as I was saying, we got some fairly good progress going. And we're going to go ahead and end the episode right here. So ladies and gentlemen, this has been episode 1 of Let's Play Final Fantasy X HD Remastered for the PS3. I hope to see you guys as we venture forth in this unknown land here within the world of Final Fantasy X. So guys, y'all have a lovely day, be safe, and have a good time. This is Mr. Laws 85, signing out.